Hey folks, Dr. Emily here, and today we're going to talk about how AI is eating all the entry level dev jobs. All right, that doesn't mean that the tech jobs aren't there. In fact, we just had two students get job offers for six figures in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. So one was an immediate over six-figure offer, one was six figures after they've been there for a little bit, but it was in the contract. So pretty awesome. And they're at the high fives. So average salary between those two positions was right in the middle, right at six figures. So if you want a six-figure tech job, what do you need to do? Because AI is eating entry level, but it doesn't mean you can't get one. There's still hundreds of thousands of tech jobs available right now. You can Google it, you can go look. So, how do we change and adapt how we're approaching this process now to moving forward in the age of AI? What's the secret to getting a tech job? So, let me unpack this for you just a little bit for a second. All right, folks, let me get this rocking and rolling. Okay, excellent. So, if you're here because you're looking for a tech job, and if you've been struggling at that, there's a couple different ways you might have been struggling. Maybe you can't get an interview. You've been applying and applying. Maybe you need experience and you can't get any because you can't get your foot in the door, right? Super frustrating. Maybe you haven't been able to learn enough languages or frameworks. Right? Like there's so much to learn. Wouldn't it be awesome if you didn't have to learn everything and you could really focus on what really mattered, those skills that really matter? And AI is eating entry level, right? So if you're here, drop me a comment, let me know. I'd love to see who's here. And I want to make sure that I'm addressing like specifically what you're looking for. But let's dive into how AI is eating entry level, right? That's what we're here for today. So we're in the age of AI. I can almost hear like the age of Aquarius, like the song behind me, right? Like age of AI. But it has certain implications for us as technologists. Like, how do we work with this new medium? So, AI is stealing jobs, right? But it's not stealing all of them. So, let me explain why here. So, we've got the age of AI. Here's a photo of someone created with AI. Do you notice anything about this photo? Do you notice that it's not quite right? It's close, but it's not quite there. So, yes, it's the age of AI, but AI isn't necessarily equipped to handle everything really, really well. It does a really good job at things that like it's really good at. Like it can generate amazing images. It can generate amazing content. It can be a copywriter in your pocket, but it can't do everything. It can't do absolutely everything. And part of that is if we look at these pictures, what is AI getting wrong, right? Where is it going astray? It's the connections. And it's the connections that make coding with AI such a challenge, right? So I want to be clear with you. Like, yes, developers are using AI, right? Like that is not like, yes, it's here, right? Senior developers who now have AI, they're rocking it. The issue is that entry level, those jobs are disappearing. It's raising the bar, but it's not eliminating them. And that's the clear thing. The jobs are still there. And I'm going to show you why, right? Because there's a lot of, news out there from, CEOs that are coming out and saying, "Oh, we're replacing all of our workers with AI." Okay. And there are definitely some workers that can be replaced by AI. But is the CEO going to sit there and actually prompt the AI to do the thing? No, they're going to want somebody else to do the thing for them. That is how business works. CEOs shouldn't be in the weeds. And so they're going to have to hire somebody to manage that AI. And it could be that that person is now much more adept at doing many different things. So you can get more done with fewer workers. Absolutely. But you still need the tech worker. And that developer is actually going to need to know what they're doing. So let me explain why, right? Because you can go right now, you can go on the internet and you can create an app from scratch with AI, knowing absolutely no code. Okay, people have done it. People have even sold those apps. But do you know what happens when those apps go live and the original inventor doesn't know a thing about security? Oh, everybody's hacking my system. How'd that happen? Or the app goes live and then it doesn't work. A library changes. oh, shoot, I've got paying customers that are all leaving because my app isn't working. Someone has to go in there and fix it. They're fixing those connections. Remember, connections were that thing that AI didn't do very well. And so, yes, AI is changing the game, but it doesn't mean you don't need to learn these skills to get a tech job. It just means you want to approach applying for tech jobs differently. Okay, so let's look at that. So AI has evolved the role of developers. No questions about it, hands down. It's replacing mediocre across every discipline, including coding. It's no exception. What's happening is the entry-level roles are now evolving up to senior level roles. But anyone who's a parent knows you don't go straight from having a baby to having a teenager, right? There are steps along the way. So if companies are only hiring senior level engineers, where are they going to get that experience? They still need it. They still need to have it. So it's just changing how we go about training and applying for jobs, right? The human is still required, very much so. And the human is needed to prompt, to tell the AI what to do. And then they have to know that it worked. If you're going to tell someone what to do and know that it worked, you actually have to be able to do it yourself. This isn't true everywhere, right? Like you can drive a car without understanding how the engine works. But for coding specifically, like when you are hired to create something, you actually need to know how to do it yourself, or you can't recognize success. You can't recognize if it worked. Let me give you an example, okay? And again, if anyone's here joining us, please drop a link in the chat. I'd love to know where you're at and if you have any questions. The idea is, have you ever been at one of Bobby Flay's restaurants, like a restaurant by a really big chef? Okay, like Bobby Flay has a burger joint in Jersey. It was great. Do you guys think Bobby Flay cooked my burger? No, right? He didn't cook my burger. He trained someone to cook my burger. Okay, let's think about that for a second. Bobby Flay trained someone to cook my burger for me. Does Bobby Flay need to know how to make the burger himself? Yes, he cannot teach it to the other person without knowing how to do it himself. Okay, so Bobby Flay, to teach his sous chefs, his staff, how to make burgers, has to know how to do it himself. He's going to tell them, give them directions. This is what I need you to create for me. And then he's going to look at the result. He's going to eat it. He's going to taste it. And he has to know how it needs to be fixed. So he has to know enough to be able to tell them how to fix it themselves. Okay? Are you guys seeing this relationship with AI? Every software engineer now has an AI staff to build code for them. But you have to know what to ask for. You have to know what security features to ask for. You have to know where the software is going to tell the AI to build it in that direction, the way you need it to grow, the way you need the data to be. Like you have to actually know the architecture of what you want to be able to tell the AI what to do. And then you have to know that it worked. And to do that, you have to be able to run it, which does take some technical knowledge. And then if it didn't work, you have to actually be able to prompt it and tell it what to do differently, what's wrong with what it currently is doing, and what you'd like it to do instead. And that requires fairly deep level of understanding of AI and coding to be able to do that, right? You have to be able to tell the AI what to do and understand the coding at a level that allows you to communicate with it clearly. If you take a non-coder and ask them to create an app, like I get people coming to my software company all day long asking for, hey, can you guys build out this app I prototyped? Because nobody wants this live on the internet making money, generating revenue with real users and having it crash and not having anyone know how to take care of it, right? Like, so here's the thing. Yep, AI is changing the game. It's raising the bar. It doesn't mean that the jobs aren't there. It just transforms how we go about getting them, okay? Because at the end of the day, the coder is required to know if the AI worked or not and to be able to fix it and adjust it. And those connections are what AI is so poor at doing, okay? So just, to recap, what do we need to do differently to prepare in the age of AI? You want to learn to think like a coder and have a process to solve any tech problem and become absolutely irreplaceable. You want to become irresistible and master the tech that's local to you. And finally, you want to have this confidence. And the way you get that is real world production experience. And it's how you get paid. Okay. So you want to make sure that you've got thinking like a coder down. You've mastered the latest technologies that are currently hot in your area. And you've got the confidence, you've got the real world development experience putting this into practice, because AI is basically just converting entry level jobs to higher level jobs. They're there, right? The spring job rush is upon us. We've been having students getting hired over the past couple of weeks. It's been really awesome, right? And so I want to make sure that you're prepared as well. So if you're thinking about it, I'm going to share a link in this comment on this video. If you'd like to consider joining us inside the TechJoy Career Academy, where we prepare students to get job offers, even amidst layoffs and the age of AI, like the tech jobs are there, guys. Like, do you want to be one of the ones that actually gets them, right? Because we can help you with that. I'm going to share a link below. We're running a special where you can sign up for the first week for $7 and then go from there. And we also are running this month, we are running a special where we are bringing back the job offer guarantee. And so you'll also be able to see details about that. All right. It's been awesome talking with you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. Happy to answer. I'll talk soon. All right.